Kenny first approach you all about maybe working out a linebacker?
He'd made reference to it in the past, and it was more of a deal. Wherever I can help the team, I will, and that's the type of player he is. So we're gonna play him as much as we can all over the field. He's that good of a football player.
There's a little bit of he doesn't need as much work at running back, so to speak. Now he can learn more defense and still be running back later.
Yeah, that's the gist of it, really. We feel comfortable with our protections and him running the ball. We can put him in any time on offense, and so we'll see how the defense deal goes, and adds depth and adds some leadership over there that we need.
So he will still be running some running back as well?
No question. Yeah.
What are the chances that he's a linebacker when the season gets here, when August gets here?
I'm not sure. I think he's done that about 2 days. So we'll go through the spring evaluation and then see how the summer goes and see where we're at. But he knows that we have a plan for him. He's an offensive player. If he can help us on defense, just like he did on special teams last year, one of the best special teams in the league, we're going to do it.
Coach, if he just really shines there, would he just stay on one side of the ball, or you're like, nah, he's going to go both ways?
No, we told him that we want him as a running back as well. So we're gonna, like I said, we want him to get on the field more, and in any way they can as a football player, we're going to do that.
Also, the chance.
Which linebacker spot is he working at?
They call it the Raider position, so whatever that means.
It's also a good opportunity for guys like Quentin White to maybe get more reps now and kind of hone their entire craft at running back.
Yeah, it's good for everybody. I think it's a win-win. Like I said, we know what Kenny can do, and so Q's been getting a lot more reps. And DeAndre, coming off that knee surgery a couple years ago, he looks 100%. So it's been good for the team.
Do you have the depth at running back that Kenny could be a full-time linebacker, since you don't have many guys who are
Yeah, we have a couple young cats coming in, and they'll have to step up and learn quick. But I think, like we said, he can slide in and play running back at any moment, and that's what's good about him. He's such a smart football player. He can learn linebacker and still come back and know what we're doing offensively.
Coach, your opinion, some coaches have come out and said they're not in favor of a spring game anymore. What's your opinion on a spring game or not a spring game?
Yeah, I'm not sure when that started to trend, I guess. I think it's good for the fans. You only get 6 home games during the regular season, or we get 5, I believe, some years. So to have another game there at Jones Stadium where everybody can come back and tailgate and have festivities, I think it's fun for the university and great for the fan base.
Does having that kind of atmosphere help with recruiting too?
It does. When you bring players in and they see people in the stands and people are excited and cheering. And then, I like to see our players when the lights come on. Anybody can do it in practice. But when the lights come on and there's some pressure and it's people are watching, let's see our perform.
Coach, I know it's about a month away, but you're talking about the spring game. But what do you like to see most out of that, going from March 11th to April 11th within this month window? What do you most like to see that day?
Yeah, just continue, to get better in all phases. We've really put an emphasis on turnovers, getting them in and not giving them, and penalties. And so far it's been good. They've really paid attention to that and worked at it. And so we've got to continue to improve in those areas.
What have you thought about things on the interior offensive line so far? Obviously, with Jared not really playing much this spring, and guys like Balin and those guys playing center.
It's been good. We got to develop a backup center, that's for sure. So then getting all those snaps has been really, really positive. And last year we practiced essentially with 7 guys on the offensive line the entire spring. So it seems like there's 20 of them out there now. I think we got 10. So it's a lot smoother than last year.
What's your impression of Tony Morales?
He's doing well. He's still getting back in shape, but he's grinding hard and looks physical. We're really pleased with his progress so far, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks he'll get in a little better shape and can really get going.
Who other than Webb is taking snaps for y'all, and how do they look so far?
Yeah, Tanner Tausch is getting the 2 reps right now, and he's done a good job. He played at Kilgore junior college some, and so he's been around the game, and he's picked it up quick. So he's a smart kid. He's working at it, and been pleased with his progress.
Did you add any additional? I know a couple of weeks before spring started, you said you wouldn't get like a 4th or 5th quarterback. Were you able to find somebody?
Yeah, we're still working through that process. We have some, high school walk-ons coming in, but we're still working through the process as far as numbers go this spring.
Who are some of those guys who have come in and are practicing? Other than you mentioned Tausch, but who else?
Yeah, we have Michael Richardson from Marble Falls, and so he's been here and learning the offense. And then, like I said, we're still kind of trying out some guys on a trial basis.
What's your hope for Dylan Cantrell this spring and this year?
Continue to get better. I thought he did a great job on special teams last year and made some plays when we got him in the games. And he's a guy who's very sure-handed, very smart player, always going to be where he has to be. Just got to work on his explosiveness and being able to separate.
Back on Kenny for a moment. It sounds like you could picture him being a two-way player. Wonder, have you ever had anybody on a team that did that, and what are the demands, not only physically, but just up here for knowing both sides of the ball?
Yeah, we not that I've been around, but with his carries probably, being anywhere from 50% to 33%, we feel like if he wants to do it and he can bring that type of energy, that type of enthusiasm, that type of intelligence to the other side of the ball, let's do it. And that's what we're doing. Like I said, he was one of our best special teams players, one of the best special teams players in the conference, and so he wanted to go over there and see if he could help the team, and we'll see if it works out.
Coach, there was a picture tweeted today from the TTU equipment, the new helmets with the camera. Do you have a statement on that, a comment on that?
No, not really.
Okay. Do you know what the motivation is for that kind of a helmet?
It's not mine. I don't know. I guess they just sent it to Zane and he's trying it out, but I don't have anything to do with that.
What have you had so far, 3 practices, 4?
3.
So you go full pads when
We started. Our last practice was full pads. So.
if anybody else that's kind of caught your eye, either side of the ball, that you've been impressed with so far?
I'd say not yet. We're still getting into it. Everybody's still learning, but energy's been good. I think just them knowing what to expect, our expectation, our tempo, compared to last year when it was all new to them and caught them by surprise. It's been better.
What's the, I'm sorry, has Keelan McElrath or Andre Ross been able to do anything yet?
Keelan has started to go through individual drills, and Andre is still working through his injury.
And what is spring break? What is that like for the players? Or what do you guys tell them? Or what's the plan for spring break?
Yeah, they're off. Just be safe. Don't be on the bottom line. That's about it. Only advice. So we give them that time to get away from it, and I think it'll help splitting it up. I know they'll come back refreshed and excited about the last 10 practices.
Coach Wallerstedt, can you kind of talk about Kenny making the transition from wearing the white jersey to the black jersey, coming over to help you out at that Raider position?
Yeah, just a guy that wants to get on the field more. I mean, he's a guy that played on all the special teams. Last year he starts all the games at tailback and looks over and knows that we're trying to come up with some answers at Raider. I think he's confident, a guy that could play a lot of different positions, and wanted to make a go at it. So we're always trying to get our best 11 on defense on the field first, and then branch out from there, and got him in the mix right now.
With only 3 practices in, is it too early to gauge where he's at?
Well, he's playing catch up because he wasn't with us initially. He came over just the other day, so trying to get him revved up. Coach Smith has to coach on the run with him a little bit, but smart kid. He's a football guy. He's a run and hit guy, and intelligent player, and we're excited to see him progress.
So he's had, what, 2 practices?
2 practices.
Yeah, who all of you mentioned a couple weeks ago about 6 or 7 guys that you thought were ready.
Yeah, Dorian Crawford a little bit there. We had Austin Stewart, who you all saw last year. And then we moved Kenny fairly early, which moved Dorian back to safeties. Just to give Kenny, we weren't going to move Kenny and give him a look and have him stand on the sideline. So we put him in the mix right away. So really at Raider right now, it's been Kenny and Austin Stewart, and we'll evaluate day to day and scramble as need be.
Raiders, what Bullet played last year, right?
Is what Bullet played last year, yes.
Coach, obviously, second year in the system. What's been the difference, and what's the feedback you've gotten from the guys who finally do have a defensive coordinator for 2 years in a row?
Yeah, they're not sitting in there learning a brand new language, a foreign language. It's you could tell from day one they knew what expectations were. They knew our verbiage, getting lined up, assignments, all of our install one like we would in August and last spring, and what they would rep on their own in the summer, what we did all through the bowl preparation. So, this is for the guys that were here all along. This is, now 5 or 6 times through it, and knowing how fast our offense is going to go, just being accustomed to that and be able to play at a high tempo and at a high rate. That was eye-popping the first day. We didn't look like it was, chaos. It looked like we were coordinated a little bit.
DJ Fajoko, is he playing Mike or Will right now?
He's playing Mike.
Okay.
We'll see as it goes, as it plays out. But talk about a guy that was a big shot in the arm for this program. Excited to have him here with us. Big energy guy. I think he's going to be a force in the middle. He's intense. He's violent. He's always, before he takes the field, he wants to talk crazy to me, and you know, he loves to play the game, and I know he's excited about this opportunity, and we're excited to have him here.
Coach, with the spring game a month away from today, what do you go from these 30 days trying to get ready from now with spring break, and then you lose a week, and then getting ready for the game? What do you most like to try to see before that you get to that point?
Yeah, just we're trying to build depth. We're trying to see who our best 11 are going to be, and then branch out from there. And we've got obviously our signing class, have 3 JC guys that aren't here yet, plus all of our freshmen that'll be here in June. So everything will come together throughout the course of the summer and into August, through August camp. But really with the guys that we have here, get them developed, try to build depth, try to build competition, and really again going through the package from start to finish, from install 1 all the way through. And we'll throw the kitchen sink at them again to force feed them at least so that we get a chance to get everything introed again, and then fundamentals first and foremost with getting off blocks and running to the football and tackling properly.
Have there been any early standouts for you that you're excited about? Certain players?
You know, I think that Sam McGuavin's having a really good offseason, he's having a really good spring. Jalen Barnes at the strong safety position is having a really good first 3 days. We'll see how he progresses. Up front, Demetrius Alston is we moved him to tackle, back to tackle. I don't know if he'll stay there when we get all the bodies in here that we're counting on, but I think he's going to be a really good player. He's progressed really good, and like I said, VJ Vahoko has had a good first 3 days, and a lot of competition. I think Justice Nelson, who you all had seen late in the season, continues to progress, and got a lot of competition going at a lot of spots.
One more, guys.
Has Gary Moore been able to do anything yet, or what's the timeline on him?
Who's that?
Gary Moore.
A timeline will be we'll progress him right after spring break. He should start to see the field a little bit, and we'll take that day to day with him. Make sure we do maybe ease him back in just slowly, but looking hopefully by the end of spring to get him revved up.
Well, Branden, finally have a defense coordinator for 2 years in a row. What's it like being the second year in this defense with Coach Wallen?
Just a second year, you can see a big improvement. Everyone who was here last year is already more comfortable. Coach keeps saying from this time last year to right now, we're light years ahead of him. It just feels comfortable knowing that the same thing I was running last year, I'll be running this year.
Branden, how cool is it to see, Williams going from wearing the white jersey to the black jersey, coming over to your guys' side of the ball?
When we first heard that, I thought it was a joke. I was like, Kenny's not playing linebacker, but he came out there, he had a black jersey on, and it's fitting really well right now. Kenny's just an athlete, all-around athlete, and all-around hard worker, probably one of the hardest working people on this team, so it's not surprising that he can play both ways if he chooses to. And I'm just excited to see what happens, whether he's going to go ahead and stay playing running back, because he looked pretty good to me last year, or if he's going to try to come over to the dark side. Right now it's just real fun having him over there. He's playing with a lot of energy, and he looks like he's been there since last year.
You gonna go play some receiver? Getting confidence.
I'm trying to get over there and play a little tight end. Maybe get a little Jason Moore going, but we'll see.
Talk about your confidence level in yourself. Obviously, you're expected to take more of a leadership role this year, kind of a bigger impact. Just talk about where you're at there.
Right now I'm still trying to get used to having authority, and young guys looking up to me, because since I've been here I've always had Kerry and Dartwana to lean on, and they've always pulled me aside, mentored to me, and now I'm kind of trying to do that things for guys like Zach Barnes and Gary Moore. It's kind of weird sometimes. I catch myself talking to them like this just isn't me, but it's a role that I'm asked to play, and I'm looking forward to it and see how it turns out.
And who are some of the guys that impressed you in that front seven, trying to replace those guys you just talked about that are now gone?
Some of the guys that impressed me a lot have been, most importantly, is Dante Phillips, a guy who came in as a freshman with me. We roomed together as freshmen, went through real short workouts. He's really coming along now and playing fast and physical, and it helps that, as we mentioned before, that we have the same defense that we had last year, the same D coordinator, same coaches, and he's playing fast and physical, and he's going to surprise a lot of people this year with his play.